Hey guys, sit down. Sit on FaceTime with me for a second. I got some yapping to do. So lately, holy crap. Oh, there we go. So lately, things have been going kind of well on YouTube. And to put it shortly, I've posted a few videos that have hit a couple thousand views in the last month or two. Subs are up. Thank you, by the way, Cheese and everyone else. And all this other stuff that's going really well. I'm posting videos consistently, getting 500 views, 1,000 views, things like that. I'm coming up with really creative, really fun ideas to record. I'm having a lot of fun recording. And the best part about it is I don't have a J-O-B, if you can spell. So I have a lot more time on my hands to work on videos, to come up with ideas, to actually only focus on that without having to rush through it to get to work, to clock in, to work for 6 hours and just stress about the fact that I'm not making videos. The first week was kind of rough, just to summarize and break everything down. I was very apt to living on my own for the first time, I guess, with Emily, my fiance. So we've been spending a lot of time cooking, cleaning, shopping, taking care of Roni, obviously, setting up the house, making sure the fridge is stocked, making sure we have meals, lunches, things like that, because she does have an internship kind of thing where she goes to work pretty much 10 hours a day. And I want to do everything I can to support her and help her out on her journey situation thing too, because she is directly on her path as well, to doing something that she really enjoys. And so the first week I spent a lot of time doing that. Then we kind of had a little discussion and basically concluded that while we're here, I don't have a job. So if we end up moving back and things don't work out on YouTube, I'm going to have to get another job, but not the one that I had before. I'd have to get something that pays triple or quadruple. A, to afford cost of living, but B, to afford the debt I'm accruing right now, attempting to make YouTube into something, essentially. And so that's where kind of my problem lies, I guess. And this might turn into more of a yap, I guess, a little yap session. And if you guys like these, I guess I can do more of them. But I kind of just had to get a few things off my mind, I guess, so that I know I've already talked about them. And honestly, this might not even get posted. This might be more of a me kind of just talking to myself, straighten everything out. But maybe a couple of you guys relate to this too. So right now, I obviously have 24 hours a day for the entire summer, basically, just to focus on purely YouTube videos. And it's really weird because things are going well. There's one hand where things are going well, videos are performing well, people are liking, commenting, the channel's moving up, I'm coming up with good ideas, I'm having fun, right? But then there's another side of it where it's and albeit, I think this might have been minor caffeine withdrawals, okay? So I don't take these thoughts as full-hearted thoughts when I'm experiencing negative situations like these. But I'm really trying to put into the practice the concept of even when you feel negative, you kind of stick to the plan that you had originally, because at one point in time you believed in that plan so thoroughly that you were willing to give up everything else in order to act on the plan. If I could just act on this one plan, if I could just do this one thing consistently without having a deadline or without having pressure on my back, if I could just do this one thing, I know for a fact it would eventually work, right? I'm sure you guys have that one thing. If I could just commit to drawing for 2 weeks for a couple of commissions, then I could have a portfolio to send to bigger clients. If I could just commit to learning video editing, then I could just find someone to edit for. If I could just commit to, I don't know, learning how to market, how to make advertisements, then I could just apply to Google to be some top tier advertiser. But it's I'm in the process of doing that right now. And yesterday I had a really weird experience where the entire day I felt tired and my neck ached and I felt nauseous, this, that. But it wasn't physical symptoms. It was more a reaction to the thought of like doing work. And it wasn't so much the doing the work, and this is where the rambling comes in, but it wasn't so much doing the work, it was more like, I'm trying to think about how I word this. It was more like my self-belief had faded, I guess. You know, when you're like, you've thought about the plan, you've thought it over 5 times, and you finally act on it, it's going well. And the next day you wake up and you think through every step of the plan, you're like, yeah, logically that makes sense, but it's nothing special. Because like, you kind of just sit there, you're like, man, this probably isn't gonna work. And I don't know. I don't know how to like wrap it up or summarize it, but I have this like built-in internal like limiter. You know how a car has a limiter in it to make sure that you don't go over 150 miles an hour and kill a family of 6 on like a school zone, right? I feel like I have this limiter of where when I get going too fast, when I heat up too much, when I see too many results, I feel like a part of me sits there and is like, dang, this is probably just not gonna work. Because even though I've seen all these results, even though my videos are getting like hundreds or thousands of views per video, which is I'm so grateful for, I look at them and I'm like, dang, that's like 1% of what I need monthly to pay rent, right? And so it's like, I've worked so hard to get where I'm at, and where I'm at right now is not even good enough after how hard I've just worked. But this is where the rambling comes in, the logic of like, I had a plan going into this, and I knew A, it was gonna be hard, B, that it's not good enough now, C, that while I'm getting there, it won't be good enough, but D, when I get there, I will be there. So like, I have to have this almost unshakable ability to act on the plan, regardless of how I feel in the moment, because I know that at some point in time, I had an undeniable belief in the plan, right? And I feel like that undeniable belief gave me a lot of motivation. And people say motivation comes and goes, but discipline will stay with you, right? That cheesy bullcrap. It's more like motivation comes and goes, but so does the belief that it's even possible. And when that belief goes, you could be disciplined to something, but when you're disciplined to it, you're like, I don't even care. It's like, it gets to a point where you don't even care about doing the thing anymore. And I don't know if it's a lot of these factors. Like, I have someone who's counting on me now, my fiance, and Roni, my cat, to like make ends meet so I can pick up my half so that we can live a normal life and get things sorted out until things change for us. Or like, if I only have 2 months and then I have a deadline to meet, or else I have to go back to like normal life, which honestly makes me like physically ill to my stomach to think about that. But I have a lot of these factors that are just like sitting on my shoulders. And the biggest thing has been like, recently I've been putting more into practice that idea that I can just stick to that plan and like follow through. Because this plan isn't just something I came up with off the whim. It's not like I got motivated one day at midnight. This thing is something I've been working towards for the last over 10 years now. And like, it's amounted to what it has right now. And it's amounted to the point where I still had to work 2 jobs last year to sort my life out. And I'm not even like gonna sit here and complain. Like, everything I've achieved so far is mind-blowing. But when you think, if you were to sit here and do something for 12 years straight, would it not be unreasonable that you have what I have? Like, I don't know. I just feel like it's going kind of slow. And I feel like that's not what I'm thinking. It's more like I'm just trying to explain like where my head is at when I'm in these like lower points. But like, long story short, just to summarize, this video is already 10 minutes long of just me talking. But like, yesterday I literally just felt like after posting videos that would get like 500 views, 1,000 views consistently for the last like month or two on end, I posted 2 videos back to back that were like bottom 10 out of 10, 2 or 3 videos in a row that had like 10 views, 20 views, 40 views even. And I was like, wow, I fell off. And I had to remind myself, this might not be applicable to you directly, but like you may be able to take it and like morph it into your own life. I literally just the idea that like 1 out of 10 of my posts has to be the bottom post out of those 10, right? And you look at it and you're like, I personally have 10 years of experience picking videos, seeing what works, things like that. And right now I'm committing to the idea of making videos that 90% of the time will work. And it's like when I see that 10% that I post, that's like, it was a good video idea. In theory, it was a good concept, but maybe it just didn't click with my audience. And when I see that, it like, I am a very, what's the word for gambling? I'm a very like, I almost want to say wishy-washy, impulsive. That's the word. I'm a very impulsive decision maker most times, and that's really been my fatal flaw. When I see a game that interests me, or like when I find a game interesting that's not gonna do well on the channel or something like that, I will just decide to play it and put it up. And this goes especially big the other way. When I go to make a video and I post it and I see that it's doing bad right away, I will literally refresh the page all day for the first day or two until like YouTube starts giving it impressions, showing it to like a slightly wider audience. And then I start being like, okay, I could sit back. You know, this one didn't die off birth, basically. This video wasn't a stillborn video because I put so much time into each video. But I've literally yesterday, I've made the decision, like when I post a video, I trust that I've put effort into the thought of the video and the topic and how it resonates with people. So I'm gonna start trusting that I can just leave that on my channel. I can just leave it as is and work on thinking about what the topic for the next video will be so that the next video can do well. Because I know I've already thought about the topic, the whole funnel. I thought about the topic, I thought about the title and thumbnail. I've thought about how to start the video so that it engages the viewer. I've spent countless hours editing this video and then rewatching it and proof editing it. And I've packaged them all and I've made several thumbnails and titles so that I can combine A/B testing and all that, whatever. And I've thought about the whole funnel. So me sitting there looking at a video that's flopped does not help it do better. I just need to trust the fact that I've made this video to the best of my ability with the best of my knowledge and also connecting it the best I can from me to my audience, connecting it like us together on the video topic. I need to trust the fact that I did all the work I could so that I can put more mental energy into just thinking about the next topic. And like, even though I felt down yesterday, I was still able to sit down and finish the video that I'm posting today, right? And finish and like actually think of what I think are gonna be a couple really amazing video ideas that I had, that I searched on YouTube, searched around, and I hadn't seen anyone do them yet. So I genuinely think that like these next couple videos will do well. And even if I post them in the first hour or two, they don't get any attention at all, I feel like they will resonate with my audience heavily and like bring a new point of view to YouTube, to the videos that I make at least. This is all about, this whole video, just to summarize, just about my experience at this point in time. We're now almost at like the halfway point where it's like, I've already done half the work that I've been able to do in the allotted time that I have. I have to ramp up or else I am gonna lose out like big time. Like I might be able to get out one video every other week with how much I'm working so that I can afford to pay the payments on my debt, let alone like monthly rent and things like that. And that thought is really scary, to go from this life to that life. So I'm just trying to get my thoughts out. I just have to have trust in myself and my ability to actually put every single piece of knowledge that I've learned into action. And I guess to wrap it all up, if you are going through something like that, whether it's like this big creative venture or like something new that you're starting, there will be a point where you feel some sort of adversity. And that can come in many forms. It can be physical, it can be mental, it can be emotional, it can be in your relationships. I don't know what that adversity will be for you, but you will feel a negative pushback from it. And you just have to remember in those moments when you're thinking like, why is this even worth it? It's not even like a dramatic, like, oh, this sucks. It's more like you just feel numb to it, sort of like, why am I even bothering to continue the work? Just know that your future self will thank you if you stick to the plan that you gave yourself. And just know that you can trust your past self for thinking through those plans and through those things. And just stick to it, whether you're like going for something big like this, or you're going for something big at work, like a promotion to be a manager, or you're going for like a new job at a big company, or like you're starting up your own business, or literally anything you want to do, anything you want to learn. Like, you will have that. And I'm trying my best to put it into words, but you won't know what your form of adversity is. The amount of stories I've listened to, very few people, even like from people who are YouTubers now for a living, very few people have like the same struggles that I have. I'm unique in the way that I have struggles, but I'm not unique in the fact that I have struggles, right? And it's up to me to decide like how I navigate through them. And for me, what that's come down to is just trusting my past self's ability to make those decisions. And like not thinking too hard. Just taking action on the stuff that I know will work eventually. Whether I feel like it, whether I don't feel like it, whether I wake up in the morning wide awake, energetic, vibing to a song, just got to work out in, or whether I wake up sick and my neck hurts and I haven't finished the video for the morning, but I still have to, right? It's like, it's all about sticking to the plan. Because if this fails, what else do I have, right? I'd have to work for another year or two and then I get to try again. Sure, but like, I don't know, man. I'm gonna be in a really crappy position if this doesn't work out for me, and I'm gonna put my relationships in a really hard position. So it all comes down to me and how hard I'm willing to give a shit about the things I believe in so that they don't fall through. I don't know. Do I have a way to end this video? No. It's more of just a ramble. But if any of you guys find this useful, I hope I can like help someone. This is definitely like more of like a second channel video because it's not gaming related, but I really just felt the need to get my thoughts out there. So I hope this helps someone. I hope this can kind of help give you guys some perspective or whatever, or maybe help you through your own situations. I don't know. And if you want to see more like this, I guess I can ramble more. Or even just talk more on stream, I guess. But yeah, it's pretty much all I got to say. I mean, just like trust your past self. And I guarantee you your future self will thank you for that. So just keep that in mind.